Okay, today we're going to be talking about rationalizing the denominator. The first step in rationalizing the denominator is multiply the radical in the denominator by itself. Second step is to multiply the numerator by the same radical as the denominator. And then step 3 is to simplify your denominator, right? So let's take a look at this. 3 divided by the square root of 6. All right, the first step in 3 is divided by the square root of 6. My radical in the denominator is the square root of 6. So I'm going to multiply the square root of 6 by the square root of 6. Also, I'm going to multiply the numerator by the square root of 6. And then I'm going to multiply straight across. 3 times the square root of 6. If 3 times square root of 6, square root of 6 times square root of 6 is the square root of 36. Square root of 36 is just 6. Right? Anytime that we multiply a radical by itself, the radicand just comes out of the radical. Okay? So now we have to simplify. Right? This radical in the square root of 6 is simplified, but we have a fraction. We have 3 divided by 6, right? In our fraction, our numerator and our denominator. We can divide both of these by 3, and we get 1/2. So we don't have to put the 1 in the numerator. So all we have is square root of 6 divided by 2. All right, let's look at another one. I'll do 153. I have 3 times 2 square root of 6, right? Now, you have an option here. All we want to do is get rid of the radical. So I'm going to multiply this by the square root of 6 only. So I'm going to take this, square root of 6, this square root of 6. Right? So this becomes 2, numerator straight across. That's 3 times square root of 6. This becomes 2 times 1 is 2. So this is 1. Square root of 6 times square root of 6 is 6. Right? Now we got to simplify the numerator and the denominator. 3 times square root of 6 is just 3 square root of 6. The denominator is square root of 12. Now I have an additional step on this one. Right? I have 3/12. Both of these can be divided by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So again, I don't have to put the 1 into my denominator, but I do have to put the 4. So I have square root of 6 divided by square root of 6 divided by 4 is my answer. All right, we're going to take a look at 355. 355. I have 7 divided by 3 times the square root of 7. My radical is square root of 7, so I'm going to multiply this by square root of 7. Both of these by the square root of 7. Right? So now I have I have 7 times square root of 7. Now I have 3 times 1 is 3 times square root of 7 times square root of 7 is just 7. Now I have to simplify the numerator and the denominator. 7 times square root of 7 is square root of 7 times square root of 7. 3 times 7 is 21. Now I have a fraction of my coefficient and my constant is 21 divided by 7. I divide the numerator by 7 is 1. I divide 21 by 7 is 3. So I have square root of 7 left in my numerator, and I have 21. Why did I write the 1? You don't have to write the 1. That's understood to be 1. So that's my answer. We have 2 more to go. We're finna look at 257. 257 easy. So we look at 259, 259, and 261. So let's go to 259. Square root of 2 times 2 square root of 2. All right, you see a radical in my numerator and my denominator, which is no problem. I'm only looking at my denominator. I'm trying to rationalize my denominator first, right? We can't have a radical in the denominator. So my radical denominator is square root of 2, so I'm going to multiply by the square root of 2. To my numerator and my denominator. 2 times the square root of 2, we know that 2 times square root of 2 is the square root of 4, and the square root of 4 is just 2. So that's 2. 2 times 1, right? 2 times 1 is 2 times the square root of 2. We know we just did that, so that's square root of 4, which equals 2. Now we got to simplify. All we have in my denominator is 2. My numerator is 2, and my denominator is 2 times 2 is 4. 2 going to 2 one time, 2 times. 2 going to 2 one time. 2 going to 4 2 times. So that is simplified. All we need here is divide by 2. Divide by 2. And we have 1/2. Last one we're going to do today. $261. 261 is 4. Again, the first step is to rationalize my denominator. So I look at my radical. That is square root of 5, square root of 5. Now I multiply straight across. 4 times square root of 5 is 4 times square root of 5. 2 times 1 is 2. 5, square root of 5 times square root of 5 is just 5. Now I'm multiply straight across again. That is 4 square root of 5 2 times 5 is 10. Now I have a fraction here, that is 4/10. I can divide both of them by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So I have 5 square root of 5. I'm sorry. I have 2 times square root of 5 divided by 5. That is my final answer. All right. Look at the video. You guys have a nice day.